Hey guys, it's Jen. Have you ever had a headache that has stopped you in your tracks? I know I have, and millions of people around the planet every day suffer from headaches. And there's so many remedies that you can choose from, but my personal favorite is yoga, and I have 8 special poses just for you. Yoga is great for headaches because it can help alleviate the pressure in your head, it can help calm the brain, as well as get rid of all of that stress. Let's get started. So we're starting standing on our feet, and you'll just have your feet hip distance apart and just close your eyes for a moment. This is going to be a very meditative practice so that we can really start to relax our mind as well as our body. And so just closing your eyes and just gently bending your knees so there's a micro bend in there, and then we're going to slowly roll ourselves down. And we're going to let our head just hang low, let it be super heavy. And you can also just check to see how much tension you've been holding in your neck just by nodding up and down and moving your head left to right. And this is really just going to help settle your nervous system. It's going to help really relax the energy that's been flowing upward, and it's just going to relax for a moment. You might start to feel a little bit of shaking in your legs, and if that happens, just gently bend those knees a little bit more. So we're going to hold this position for about 2 minutes. And while you're down here, be sure to keep an eye on your breath, gently breathing into the belly, opening up the diaphragm with the breath. Once you're done, you're going to slowly roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Head comes up last. Inhale, roll the shoulders up and open, and just open the chest and rest for a moment. Now we're going to come down onto the floor, and we're going to move into bridge pose. And so we're just going to place our feet at the hips and placing your hands flat on the earth and gently raising your navel up towards the sky. As you do that, you're going to bring your shoulder blades in towards each other. You can also grasp your ankles with your hands if you can reach, if that's an option for you, and then just press a little bit higher with the navel. We're really going to open up those shoulders. A lot of the time when we do have a migraine or a headache, there's tension in the shoulders and the neck, so we're really opening that up right now through the shoulder blades. And once again, we're going to rest here for 2 minutes. Long, deep breaths into the belly. It's really important to keep the oxygen moving. A lot of the time when we do have headaches, we're not getting enough oxygen into the brain, which is why yoga is such a great tool. We're going to be oxygenating the brain. And when you're complete, you're just going to roll yourself down, hug your knees into your chest just as a counterbalance. Gently placing your feet down and rolling over to the side to push yourself up. Now we're going to move into one of my favorite poses, especially for headaches. And if you're just going to choose one asana, then this would be the one to do. It's called child's pose. So we just fold forward into our child's pose, pressing our forehead onto the earth lightly. And this is a really great pose because it's going to help settle the tension as well as the chattery mind that takes place oftentimes when we're in a lot of pain or we're experiencing a headache. This can be a really relaxing pose, so if you're having a severe migraine, just resting here can be super helpful. And we're going to come up into a tabletop position now, and our knees are hip distance apart, and our hands are also hip distance apart as well. And we're going to go into cat position by dipping the navel in towards the earth, raising up the eyes and bringing the chest through the arms. And just long, slow, deep breaths here. This is going to allow the energy, the blood to circulate down from the head into the lower regions of the body, now that we have the circulation moving. Once you've held this position for a moment, we're going to reverse that into a cow position. So it's cat-cow, rolling the navel towards the ceiling, chin comes towards the chest. Coming up to cat for one final time, and then exhale. We're going to just come over into seated position now and bringing the feet out in front of you. So this is called Paschimottanasana, or two-legged forward fold while sitting. We're simply going to place our hands either on our ankles, wrapping our peace fingers around our toes, or taking a hold of either side of the feet. And while we do that, we're just going to lead with our heart and then gently bring our head down. Don't try to push your body, just lead with the heart, and wherever you end up is the right place for you. And once again, we will rest here for about 2 minutes, continuing to keep an eye on the breath, which is rising and falling from the belly. With every exhale, we just inch a little bit closer towards the legs. And coming up gently, and we're going to roll over now, placing our 2 hands in front of us, coming up into downward facing dog. And so to do this, we're just going to spread the fingers wide. We're going to have the feet hip distance apart and gently pressing up through the hips and down through the legs. Going to let your head hang low and bring your eye gaze up towards the navel. And just check your neck as well. You can let it hang a little bit looser. Make sure that you're never holding on to any tension in there. Wonderful. And then coming down, back onto your knees. And we're going to come into our Padmasana, which is lotus position. You can either do a half lotus just by placing one foot up on your thigh here, or you can go into full lotus if it's comfortable. We definitely don't want to do anything that's uncomfortable for you, especially while you're experiencing a headache. And there's a very special massage that we like to do for migraines, and you're going to just simply place your thumbs on your jaw here and then your fingers upon your temples, closing your eyes and then just pushing away with the fingers and the thumb, and then creating some circular movements here. This is going to help relax the temples, any tension that you've been holding in your jaw, as well as in your brain and the muscles around your eyes. And now we're going to move into our favorite pose, which is Shavasana or corpse pose, which is the ultimate relaxation pose. We're just going to come around onto our back, bringing our feet a little bit further than hip distance apart and letting them swing to either side. Rolling all the way down, opening up your hands to the sky. And this is a really great way to close the session in Shavasana. Once you've relaxed each and every part of your body, just allow yourself to feel the relaxation. You can rest in Shavasana for as long as feels good for you. And once you are complete, just gently rolling to your side, pressing yourself up. One thing that I always recommend to people that are doing a yoga practice surrounding an issue of headaches or migraines is drinking plenty of water. So drink some water before the practice as well as after the practice. Migraines and headaches come from dehydration a lot of the time, so drink up. I hope you've liked this practice and these 8 poses. Let us know how they go for you, and I'll see you again on thrivemarket.com.